a staggering $150,000, equivalent to about $1.5 million today. Okay, time to split the money. So 2 for John, 2 for Paul, George, hold on. Okay, this is for you, George. There you go. Ringo, thank you so much for coming tonight, man. Obviously, I am joking. I love Ringo. It's time to talk about money. The Beatles made a lot of money. Obviously, that doesn't come as a shock. But how did they split their earnings? Did the Beatles get paid equally? The short answer is yes and no. But because that doesn't mean anything, I made this video explaining how the Beatles actually split their earnings. Hello, by the way, and welcome to my Beatles YouTube channel. If you like the Beatles, please make sure you subscribe and you check out my other videos because you're definitely gonna find them interesting. Also, if you wanna take it one step further, you can buy my book, which I recently published. It's called From the Cavern to Abbey Road, A Journey Through the Beatles' Iconic Landmarks. You can buy it on Amazon and the link is in the description. But more on that later. Now let's go! For a band that spent only a handful of years together, the Beatles left an indelible mark in the world, not just through their music, but also in the realm of wealth creation. The Beatles were not only pioneers in the music industry, but also in navigating the complex waters of fame, fortune, and business partnerships. One might assume that the legendary band divided their earnings evenly among the 4 members, but the reality is a bit more nuanced. The business dynamics behind the Beatles' financial success are intriguing. Their manager, Brian Epstein, played a pivotal role, receiving a substantial 25% share of all concert, merchandise, and performance royalty. The remaining 75% was evenly split among the 4 Beatles: John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. However, the equal split did not extend to songwriting royalties, a significant source of income for the band. The Beatles were prolific songwriters, with John Lennon and Paul McCartney penning approximately 200 songs. In contrast, George Harrison wrote 22 songs, and Ringo Starr contributed 2 songs. Songwriting royalties were distributed based on the authors of the songs, leading to a substantial disparity in the earnings. While John and Paul's larger contribution to the Beatles' catalogue brought them considerable wealth through songwriting royalties, George and Ringo earned less in comparison. The Beatles' early record contracts shed light on the challenging financial landscape they faced. The band was entitled to a meager 1 penny for each record sold in the UK, and even less, just 1/2 of a penny, for international sales. These pennies had to be divided equally among the 4 members. Considering the astronomical success of the Beatles, who sold 80 million records worldwide in 1964, the pennies accumulated into a substantial income. However, it's worth noting that each member had to sell 8 records to earn just 1 penny. Hi, sorry to interrupt the video. Just a very quick, very important announcement. I published a book. That's right, I published a book. It's called From the Cavern to Abbey Road, A Journey Through the Beatles' Iconic Landmarks. In this book, we see the story of the Beatles from the places where everything happened. Some of them are famous, like let's say Abbey Road Studios, and some of them perhaps not so famous, like for example the art gallery where John and Yoko met. The book is divided in 4 sections: Liverpool, Hamburg, London, and the last one is all around the world, so of course I called it Here, There and Everywhere. I put a lot of work and effort into this book, and it would help me so much if you grabbed a copy. It's available on Amazon all around the world, and it comes in 2 different formats. One is a digital book for Kindle, and the other one is the paperback, which is the one that I've got in my hands right now. So if you want your copy, please go to the link in the description. Thank you. Now back to the video. In addition to record sales, the Beatles generated significant income through concerts and touring. In 1964 alone, the Beatles racked in up to $40,000 per show, and their legendary concert in Kansas City earned them a staggering $150,000, equivalent to about $1.5 million today. The income from concerts and touring was evenly distributed among the band members after accounting for expenses. When it comes to merchandising, the Beatles initially received a modest 10% royalty on official merchandise sold, a share they had to split with Brian Epstein. However, a renegotiated contract later granted them a 49% stake in the commercialization of their image. After Epstein's share was deducted, the remaining income from merchandising was divided equally among the 4 band members. In addition to their songwriting royalties, John Lennon and Paul McCartney each owned a 20% stake in Northern Songs, the company responsible for publishing the Beatles songs. This additional source of income provided them with a modest but steady revenue stream. In conclusion, while the Beatles may have split certain revenues equally, the unequal distribution of songwriting royalties and other financial intricacies added complexity to their wealth distribution. The business decisions made during their meteoric rise shed light on the challenges and negotiations that accompany fame and fortune in the music industry. Okay, there you go. So now you know exactly how the Beatles split their earnings and why John and Paul ended up having significantly more money than the rest. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. There is a PayPal link for donations if you want to support this channel, or you can buy my book. The link is in the description, and that would make me very, very happy indeed. Or the free option is just to subscribe to this YouTube channel and maybe click the bell icon so you're the first to know when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. Okay, Ringo, maybe you can have a little bit of this apple.
Well, I'm afraid that's just run out of time.
Oh,
I'm really
okay.
sorry.
Oh,
So,
Bye, everyone.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
If I give my heart to you, I must be sure